Well, in this video, I will integrate by parts with the help of LIATE. So, um, so yeah, what is LIATE? So LIATE, LIATE, which stands for Logs Inverse Algebraic Trig Exponential. So what it does, LIATE is just a little method that helps you determine what is your U and what is your DV for integration by parts. So on the previous lecture, I said that U is usually the more simpler ones, the one that you can take the derivative very easily. But this is just another way of figuring out uh, what your U could be. So yeah, U is the first on the list, and DV is the leftover. So what do I mean? For example, if you have an algebraic expression, here, let me show you an example. So for example, you have, if you want to take the integration of x5 ln of x dx, and you're confused, what should I make my U and what should I make my DV? Well, first, let's figure out what we have. So x to the 5 is technically an algebra, and then ln of x is technically a log. So according to LIATE, L I A T E, your U is the one on the first on the list. So do we have a log? Yes. Yes, we do. We have a log. Ln is related to log, so your U will be ln of x. And then we said the leftover is your dv. Your dv is x5 dx. Okay, so this really helps with the this really does help with figuring out what your u and your dv, and it's going to very help with the tabular method. So let's do an example with the help of LIATE. So example, integrate by parts using the LIATE method. So we have x times cosine x dx, and I'm going to do the LIATE. So what should be my u and what should be my dv? So x is algebraic, and then cosine x dx is trig, right? So on the first list, do we have a log? No. The I stands for inverse. Do we have an inverse? No. The A stands for algebraic. Do we have an algebraic? Yes. So that is our U. Our algebraic, we said, was cos x. And then our dv is the leftover, which is cosine x dx. Okay. Then what we could do is so you can do you can do integration by parts, and you can also do tabular methods. So let me show you both ways, and then you decide which you prefer. So the integration by parts is this rule uv minus v du. So we said our u is x, and then du is 1, or du over dx is 1. And then you have to get rid of this dx, so you're going to multiply both sides by dx. You get du equals to 1 dx, right? And what is our v? So we don't know what our v is. We know that our dv is cosine x dx. So v is the integration of dv. So it's going to be integration of cosine x dx. So what is the integration of cosine x? It is just positive sin x. So v is positive sin x. because the integration of cosine x is positive sin x. Okay, so now we just apply the rule. It's u times v, so our u is x times my v, which is sin of x, minus the integration of v du. So my v is sin x, and then my du is 1 dx. Okay, now what is the integration of sin x? It is negative cosine x. So it's a negative cosine x, and then you have a minus, and then x times sin x is x sin x. Two negatives becomes a positive, so you have x sin x plus cosine x plus c. And that's your final answer. Okay, if you want to do tabular method, you would have to make the table, so I'll show you. And yes, tabular method would work because your u would be x, and when you take the derivative, it'll eventually become 0, right? It won't work if your u prime will never end up to 0. Okay, so on this column is the signs. This column is the derivative. This column is the integral. Okay. Start with the positive. We said our u is x, and then my dv is cosine x. And then do the minus. Your u prime is 1. And then our v, or my v naught, v1, is the integral of dv, which we said was sin x. And then continue positive. U double prime is 0. And then v2, basically the integration of sin x is negative cosine x. I don't have to go any further because if you multiply 0 by this term, v3, it doesn't matter because 0 times anything is 0. Okay, so now we finish the table. So our first sign is going to be positive, so it's going to be plus, and then you do like diagonally. So you multiply u by v1, so that's plus x times sin x, and then you have a minus, and then you multiply u prime by v2, so that's 1 times negative cosine x, and then plus, and then 0 times this whole thing's just 0. Okay, so clean it up. X times sin x is x sin x. A minus times a negative is a positive, so positive cosine x. And then plus c. See, as you can see, the tabular method works. You get the same answer as this. So yeah, LIATE really helps with the u and your dv. Okay, I will stop here.